Mr. Howard. The time is the present, and we have a teller named Jenny Melcher, who just started her job today. She's about to meet Sam Roberts, an experienced bank robber who takes himself very seriously. Sam finds himself up against a surprisingly formidable lady.
Ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe I'm ragged and funny. Oh! I'm sorry, but the bank isn't open.
Okay, lady, just as a stick-up.
You should see yourself. You look absolutely priceless. I wish I had a camera.
Okay, shove the money in this bag now.
Who put you up to this? Thelma? I'll bet it was Thelma.
I'm warning you, lady, I got a gun.
Oh, of course you do. Thelma works at Toys R Us, doesn't she? Let's see. Oh, yes. Size 8, sub 10. That's Thelma Shade.
Hey, this ain't no fashion show. Put the money in this bag.
Oh, now don't you dare tell Thelma that I saw through her little joke. She'd be so disappointed. You know, last month when I was starting my first day of work at Jungle Jim's Used Cars, dreadful place, never do business there. Thelma sent over a man dressed as a gorilla with 24 balloons. You don't do gorillas too, do you?
Put the money in the son of a bitchin' bag.
Oh, are you quite sure you want to use that expression? I mean, don't you think we debase the power of language when we use our most emotional invectives in everyday speech?
No.
Toys R Us has such quality merchandise, doesn't it? What is it, Japanese?
Believe me, lady, this ain't the time to be questioning the ethnic origin of no gun. All you need to know is it shoots real straight and it shoots real bullets.
My goodness, I believe you're serious. How exciting! My first day on the job, my first customer, and my first holdup. At least at this bank. Actually, I was held up at another bank one time too.
Congratulations. Now, put the money in the son of a bitchin' debase the power of language bag.
Certainly not.
Now!
Well, how would it look? Mr. Howard hires me in spite of what employers might consider a rather checkered work career, 322 different jobs, only 18 of which were in banks. And I betrayed his trust. He makes one little trip to Donut Dolly's for a cinnamon twist. The doors aren't even open, and I give away all his money. Besides, there's an official procedure for robberies, and I haven't had a chance to learn it yet. So, you know, I don't know what to do.
The procedure is, you give me the money, I walk out the door. Trust me, I've been robbing small town banks for 44 years. I specialize in these rinky-dinky operations.
Well, I'm not questioning your expertise, but should you be taking off your disguise in front of the security camera?
That camera hasn't worked in months.
Oh, really? How do you know?
I told you I specialize. This is the 5th time I've robbed this particular bank. Shot a hole in the damn thing 2 months ago, and your Mr. Howard still ain't fixed it. Shoddy operation. One thing I can't stand is sloppy security.
Oh, excuse me for asking a silly question, but if the camera's broken, why did you wear the pantyhose?
For the effect. Scares most tellers into a real cooperative mood.
Oh dear, I hope you didn't take my laughter personally.
Nope, and I ain't been bothered by the way you've been staring at me neither.
Yeah, I Was I staring? Oh, how rude of me, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you've been trying to get a good gander, all right. But if you're thinking of giving the cops a description, you're wasting your time. I look like a million other guys my age. And you can trot your little self down to the local hooscow and stare at mug books till your eyeballs fall out. But you won't see this profile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. And you know why? Because those mug books are full of amateurs. I'm a professional. 44 years burglaring, and I ain't never been busted.
Robbing.
Huh?
Robbing banks, not burglary. You see, burglary implies breaking and entering, usually through some measure of stealth. You didn't break in. You just, thanks to Mr. Howard, you just walked in. And now I know the difference is somewhat subtle, but there is a difference. And I think this is one worth preserving, don't you?
Lady, are you ever lucky?
I beg your pardon.
I said you was lucky. Nope, I'm wrong. Damn lucky, that's what you are. Because if you was only lucky, I'd have been some amateur punk off the street who would have waited 10 seconds after you launched into the little grammar lesson before I just shot you full of holes. But since you're damn lucky, I am a patient professional who knows how to deal with nervous bank tellers. You paying attention there? I just clued you into lucky versus damn lucky. I know the difference is somewhat subtle, but I think it's well worth preserving, don't you? Never correct the guy what's holding the gun. You got that, lady?
I am not nervous. And my name isn't Lady. It's Mrs. Melcher.
You got a first name, Mrs. Belcher? Just in case we die of old age in the middle of the world's longest ultra. You need it for the obituary.
Of course, but I hardly think we're on a first name basis.
Well, excuse me.
Actually, Melcher is my second husband's name. I've had the misfortune to be married a widow twice. Are you married, Mr.?
Mr. Nobody, and if you'll pardon me, I don't give you my business card, because there's a robbery in progress here. So if you're through stalling...
I'm sorry, but apparently I didn't make myself clear. If you wish to make an unauthorized withdrawal, you'll have to wait until Mr. Howard returns and discuss it with him. He should be back in, about a half hour.
Okay, that's it. Sit down over here. I said sit.
But that's Mr. Okay.
For your information, old man Howard ain't showing up for another 45 minutes. He likes donuts almost as well as he likes Dolly.
Oh, is that right? And if so, may I ask how you came by that information?
What us in the trade calls case in the joint. Now, shut up and listen. I am about to impart you with some valuable information. What could someday save your life?
Truly?
Yeah, like truly. The thing is, Mrs. Melcher, you ain't got the faintest idea how to conduct yourself in an authentic hold-up situation like you see before you now. Let's face it, you're pathetic.
My good man.
A good man is right. And if it wasn't for the goodness of my heart, you'd be dead pathetic. Now, hey, don't go crossing your arms there and getting all defensive. You're a dumb broad when it comes to hold-ups, but it ain't entirely your fault.
It ain't it?
No, mostly it's the bank's fault. Old man Howard, he should have never left you alone without he filled you in right. Especially if you're planning on making this bank teller thing a steady thing. You are right.
Well, it's odd that you should ask that. I've had so many jobs in my life, but somehow I keep returning to banks. It's almost as if I'm drawn to them.
I know the feeling.
My first husband used to say it was a dead-end job, especially for a woman.
And dead is what too many tellers wind up because they don't get the advice you're about to hear. I'm going to tell you how to survive a bank robbery, and I'm only going to tell you once, so listen up.
Oh, really? It sounds like the title of a magazine article. How to survive a bank robbery, as told by hardened criminal, as told to Lydia Lake.
Lake? What's this Lake stuff? You said your name was Melcher.
Oh, but Lydia Lake is my pen name. Do you like it?
It's okay. Are you saying you're a writer? A real writer?
Published.
No kidding.
Digest, March 1963, toward more picturesque beach.
Hey, I might have read that.
Millions did, but my real triumph came on October 3rd, 1987. 60 Minutes.
You serious? They read your letter on 60 Minutes?
Yeah. It was an impassioned plea for the use of the objective case pronoun following prepositions.
I knew a guy once who was on 60 Minutes. Angel Face Mahaney. You ever hear of him?
I'm afraid not.
So a real writer, huh? Well, I'll be damned. But I ain't surprised. You got a way with words. I noticed that.
Thank you.
So, if I tell you the important stuff and you write it up nice and neat in an article or something, you think you could get it, published?
Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised then if we could. Let's see.
Oh, published. Wouldn't that surprise Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, then you are married.
Oh, me? Yeah, not a chance. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. She wrote this book.
Oh, On Death and Dying, a wonderful book.
You read it?
Oh, it helped me immensely when my cat Webster died. To be truthful, I wasn't as attached to my husband's, but I rifled through the book when they died too, just to be safe.
Well, you remember how Kubler-Ross says there's 5 stages of grief, what everybody goes through when someone they love kicks the bucket.
Yeah, so true, so true.
I wrote her another once, anonymous, of course.
Of course.
And I told her how it's the same thing with bank tellers when they're being robbed. I don't know if they're grieving for the money or what, but they go through the exact same 5 stages.
Fascinating.
That's what I thought. So you can figure how ticked off I was when Kubler-Ross never even mentioned nothing about my idea in her book.
Did she write you back?
Get real, lady.
Mrs. Melcher.
Yeah, I hate that Mrs. stuff.
So did I, but if you don't trust me with your first name, I can hardly trust you with mine.
Well, I sure didn't trust Kubler-Ross with my name or my address.
You mean you didn't give her any way to locate you? No phone number?
What do you think I am, stupid?
Well, I think you're pathetic. Not dead pathetic, unpublished pathetic, which in terms of immortality is the same thing. My dear Mr. Whatever your name is, don't you realize Kubler-Ross failed to refer you to her findings in a subsequent book because she couldn't locate you to obtain permission?
That's the way it works. You mean, you really think she liked my idea?
Well, I shouldn't be surprised, but her loss is my gain. New York Magazine, here we come.
New Yorker? I was thinking more like Playboy.
Oh, certainly. Every female bank teller in America will read our article as soon as she tapes Playmate of the Month to her window.
Yeah, well, who's writing this article, you or me? Well, we'll worry about which magazine later.
Oh, fine. Let's get down to business. This 5 stages of grief idea, how does it apply to robbery? For example, the first stage, anger.
No, you're getting it all screwed up. The
Oh.
first stage is denial.
Oh.
That's what you were doing, talking about Thelma and that gorilla.
Oh, that wasn't denial. It was a perfectly logical conclusion. In the 2 years I've lived in this town, Thelma has played more tricks on me than
Not denial, Mrs. Melcher.
I was denying, wasn't I?
Then comes anger. Remember when you got all huffy? I'm not nervous, and my name isn't Lady. It's Mrs. Melcher.
Definitely the anger stage.
And bargaining, that's the 3rd stage, the one you're in right now. This whole magazine article thing is your way of bargaining.
Beg your pardon.
Well, I ain't saying you ain't leveling. You want to write it. But in the back of your mind, back in the part where tellers keep their secret dreams about them guys on the soap operas, you're hoping I'll get so caught up in what we're doing, I'll forget about robbing the bank.
I do not fantasize about soap opera characters.
Take it easy. Bargaining's a normal part of the process. And everybody uses what they got. You're a writer, you flash words. Younger chicks, they bat their eyelashes.
I don't even watch soap operas.
But the bargaining stage is tricky. Tricky for the robber, tricky for the robbee. I remember one time my 2nd or 3rd holdup. This is good, so write this down.
Okay. I don't even fantasize about Alistair Cook or Alan Cummings.
Okay, there was this little cutie. Jenny was her name. 44 years ago, and I still remember her name. Anyway, she kept going on about how we was the same age, and had so much in common, and maybe I should meet her the next night at the carnival. She said, get this, she said, I reminded her of this guy in a poem.
A poem, 2 syllables.
The Highwayman, by Albert Noyes. That was the poem. Okay, I looked it up in the library. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but
The landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair.
you know it.
Victorian tripe. Just the thing that would impress, what did you call her? A little cutie named Jenny.
Yeah, I ain't saying I thought I was no highwayman.
Oh, of course not.
I just happened to be passing the library one day.
Tripe. Women don't wait around to be swept off their feet by a highwayman. And a good thing, too. If we want a man, we go after him.
The point is, she was trying to sweet talk me, bargaining, and I almost fell for it.
So, did you meet at the carnival?
No way. There would have been no Jenny at the Ferris wheel. There'd have been a pile of cops. Just like if I put a return address on the letter to Kubler-Ross, they would have mailed me bulk rate to the big house.
So little sense of trust. Did you tell her your name? You did, didn't you? You divulged your name to some cutie with eyelashes, but you can't tell me, and I'm only your ghostwriter.
Yeah, I was young, I was dumb. I ain't dumb no more, okay? So just forget that name stuff. My name doesn't matter. What matters is I ain't never been busted and I ain't never gonna be.
Huh.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Let's get on with it. Let's see. Denial, anger, bargaining. What's the next stage, Mr. Never Been Busted?
Depression. Not my favorite stage. I try to get the tellers through it as quick as possible. And if I do say so myself, I got what you might call a delicate touch. Then comes the final stage, acceptance. And I'm out the door with the cash. Hey, you paying attention?
Did you mean what you said about never having been, as you so quickly put it, busted?
Damn straight.
Oh. Well, then we're writing the wrong article. A series. That's what we should be writing. An entire book. A scathing indictment on the banking security system by a man who pierced its soft underbelly, armed with only the sheer force of his limited wit and a pair of pantyhose.
A book? We got exactly 23 minutes.
Ooh, it will be a godsend to security of our nation's financial institutions and a chance for you to redeem yourself, pay your debt to society without adding to the burden of our already strained penal system.
No book.
I've got the perfect title. Aha! The Highwayman!
Not bad.
Oh, it has everything. Romance, danger, the thrill of the open road.
But this guy Albert Noyes, ain't he got a patent on that title?
Copyright? Oh, I'll take care of that. With your experience and insight and my not inconsiderable writing skills, we're going to make a splendid
Yeah, we would, wouldn't we?
An outline, that's what we need to do first. And biographical detail, your early childhood, the abuse, the poverty that drove you to a life of crime.
Hey, my old man did all right, and forget that abuse stuff. I rob banks because I like robbing banks.
Perhaps we should use a tape recorder. Why don't we plan to meet at my house tonight at about 7 o'clock?
Hey, not so fast.
Don't worry, I'm not planning to interfere with your career. Not immediately, anyway. Most of our work can be done by correspondence.
Forget it.
What?
Just forget the whole thing. There ain't gonna be no letter writing. There ain't gonna be no book. And I ain't meeting you at no Ferris wheel. Bargaining, that's what you're still doing, and I almost fell for it.
I assure you.
Yeah, you don't assure me nothing.
Well, I see. You don't trust me.
Oh, you got enough stuff for an article. I got a hold-up to finish.
The robbery, by all means.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see,
We gotta hurry through the next 2 stages.
Depression, didn't you say? Then acceptance?
Yeah, so go ahead and get depressed, but skip the tears, okay? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, and then yours truly is history.
Huh. Well, I already did depression just now when I saw you squander your opportunity for a new and significantly more exciting life. Such a waste.
Yeah, whatever you say, just so as you get to the acceptance stage.
Just so's. The proper word is so.
How many times I gotta tell you, never correct the guy what's holding the gun. Hey, where is my gun?
In your pocket.
Oh,
Let's see. Shall we say 500? That's about what we could expect for the magazine article. We could mail a check to the bank anonymously.
what are you talking 500? Give me all of it.
Oh, I don't think so. We don't need to be greedy.
What is it with you? All this talk about Kubler-Ross giving you a death wish?
Don't be silly. You obviously didn't build a successful career by shooting people. 500 will be quite enough. Besides, I've got my Visa card if we run low. Are you parked outside?
None of your business. Who's robbing this bank, you or me?
Oh, you by all means. I'm merely the innocent victim, kidnapped at the scene of the crime and forced to accompany you to Los Angeles, where things work out between us, and I have every confidence they will. I shall make a miraculous escape just in time to appear on Good Morning America. Well, I think that's everything. Are we ready?
Read my lips. I don't take hostages.
Oh, well, read mine. Oh, where's my note?
There it is in the back of here.
I know, read my note.
Dear Sam, long time no see, Jenny.
Oh. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that I spent 44 years searching for you. Not exclusively. There were the 2 husbands.
Oh, no. No! This is like that old movie with the French guy running through the sewers.
But on the other hand, I don't want to be coy. Think how much we have in common. Oh, Sam, don't look so morose. Depression is a normal state with this world. How about a smile? How about a smile? Oh, that's better. Welcome to acceptance.
Our actors were Judy, Chris, and Jim